Alright guys, went into the local auto parts store, got a few things that I needed, and actually got some paint for the old pan. I didn't have any paint, I didn't want to paint it orange. I got a different idea, so got some paint for it. We'll get the old pan painted so I can get it back on the motor. Wanted to point out, look at the old Chevrolet pickup. Short bed, step side, looks good, don't it? And we got a Cummins right there too. Good looking stuff. Alright guys, I want to say first and foremost, I do not usually like to wear gloves. Don't like the way they feel in my hands, and just limited motion. I don't know, I like the way I be able to feel bolts and everything in my hands, get my hands dirty. Just more into it like that, I guess. I don't know, part of the working experience. But I have some big plans for the night, and we got some big plans for tomorrow, so I can't really get too dirty or I'll get in trouble. So let's get at it. Alright, we got the timing cover, got the front seal already pressed in it. Going to take this time to clean it up and try to get some of the surface rust off of it, and yeah, see if we can't polish it up a little bit. Well, it just come to my attention that our buffing wheel is out of commission, so go find something to clean it up with. Alright guys, unfortunately don't have the stuff, the means to get it really that clean, so I'm gonna go on and get it on there and everything now. Sorry about the wind, I'm sure you can't hear anything hardly, but anyways, most of this is gonna be hidden, and like I've said multiple times, this isn't no show truck. This is in better condition than the other one I have. I'm gonna go with this. Alright, as expected, I'm gonna have some places I'm gonna have to touch up on this thing, but you see I got some sandpaper and I took off of the surface that you know, the gasket goes on. I've also used to put a little thin coat of grease. I'll wait for old Papa to get by. I used to take a little thin coat of grease and put it on all the surfaces that, you know, something's going to go against, that needs to be sealed and everything, and then when you paint it, that grease, I mean that spot that you put the grease on, you know, you can peel right off and come off real easy. So there's always ways to do things. Just going to touch this one up. Like I said, I built a motor in high school for my senior project, and I actually went through it and I did it the right way. I covered things up, you know, I painted it and it looked really good, you know, so I do know how to do it, but we're just going with it on this thing. So hope you guys understand. Anyways, I'm gonna put a little thin coating of Permatex on there, and then put a little thin coating on the other side and on the timing cover side as well, and that'll be it for that. Alright, still waiting on the old pan to dry. Got another coat on it, or a couple of them actually. Got the timing cover on, got it sealed up. Got the surface where the old pan's gonna go on, all cleaned up and everything. It's ready to go. The old pump is on, the screen's cleaned out. Good, I actually got another screen and everything that was a lot cleaner. Gonna keep cleaning up on the motor a little bit. Maybe prep the water pump some, and clean it up, use it. It still works good. Clean my pulleys up, get them painted, my brackets for my alternator, and yeah, just keep working at little things at a time. I'll get it ready to flip back over and start putting the top back on the motor. Valve covers, intake. I need to get that water pump on. Still have not found me a carburetor. I've been looking, like I said, this is a budget build. Haven't found one yet, but we'll see what I can do. Keep trying to hunt one up. Decided I'm going to go and strip down this intake, get all this stuff off of it. I know where it came from and everything, and the man that gave it to me, I said before on another video, he's no longer with us. He passed away a couple years ago, but he would want me to clean it up. He'd ask me what the hell I was thinking if I didn't So, yep, that's a quote. Alright guys, I got my brackets here and everything. It's the bottom alternator bracket, top alternator bracket, and I brought one of my pulleys. And I am going to be putting them right here, a wire brush wheel, and cleaning all the surface rust off of them, so I can get them ready to paint. So we got this top pulley sprayed. I'm a little impatient. It's still drying, so I rigged up something here that hang these other two brackets. I'm going to spray them now. Alright, I haven't really recorded much of what I've done today. I've been trying to roll on with everything, and I've been jumping from thing to thing, mostly is why. You know, I haven't really been in one spot, and I've had to wait for paint to dry, so I jumped to another thing and then jumped to another thing. I know I shouldn't have this thing sitting like I do, but I'm trying to drain everything out of it. I'm going to take this pan off and clean it out, make sure it looks good in there and everything. I did change the front seal. That's a major thing that you always need to change on a transmission, Chevrolet transmission in particular, before you go and put it back in, because they are notorious for leaking out that front seal. You see, I just did the norm. Probably a better way to do it, but right here on this edge, you know, just take a flat screwdriver and get down in there, tap it in there a little bit, and just pop her out, and then put this one down, and you gotta kind of work it and get it in there even, and just tap it down in there. This thing definitely needs some cleaning. It's got some of that oil off that motor that was leaking oil pretty bad. So, painted the water pump. Oil pan is painted, but the stuff I used on it, it didn't work out too well. That stuff it's taking all day to dry and set up, so I kind of just didn't care about it anymore. I'll try to paint it later, or we'll just see how it goes. I'm sure I'm going to get it scratched up, moving the motor around or sitting the motor down or something, so I'll touch it up later. But I'm going to get on to getting the rest of the gasket off that and getting it ready to go on there. Then we'll be able to flip that motor around, and I'll be able to do everything on top like I've been wanting to do. Hey buddy, what you doing, boy? This is my Siberian Husky buddy. He also has been hit by a car like the German Shepherd around here. He was just a puppy though, and he got off his leash and he ran out into the road, and he was with our other dog, and I believe there was a dog in heat in the area, and they were off trying to, you know, fool around, and he got hit by a car, and our other dog got hit by the car at the same time, and the other dog didn't make it. Buddy, he messed his front right leg up here pretty bad. He broke it and everything, but I did what I could and got in a little bit of debt over it, but I wanted to make sure he was gonna make it, because he was my little boy. And I believe he's 5 years old this year, so he's growing up quick. What's up, Bubba? Good boy. But I did manage to get all these painted. That color is called Cast Coat Iron, and that's kind of like a gunmetal gray looking color. I like it. I've never used it before. I usually paint all these parts black, or the pulleys and stuff at least, but I decided to go a little different this time. They're all dried up and everything, but I'm just going to leave them alone for now. I think it'll look good. Alright, oil pan's on, timing cover's on, good to go. Now I'll get the water pump on tomorrow and get the valve covers on tomorrow and see if I can't take a wire wheel to that aluminum intake and get it on there tomorrow as well. But that'll be about it for me on this for then, because I do not have a carburetor yet. I can't seem to find one, like I said, and so that's gonna hold me up. Anyways, that's where we are. Getting a little dark outside, so that's about it for the day. About to go get my little boy and meet up with his mama, and we're gonna have a good night tonight, and we got a big day tomorrow. So I'll show you guys that too, and get this motor cleaned up a little bit before it gets too dark, and get all this Permatex I got all over it from my hands. And yeah, I'll show you more tomorrow. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and stay tuned. Bye bye.